In example 1, we need to write a sine equation for the following values. So if we write our sine equation, I'm going to start off with just some of those letters that we talked about in some previous videos. So we've got k theta or x, and then plus c enclosed in parentheses and plus h. So we've got to figure out these values, and what we'll do is we'll start building our equation as we do that. I like to do a and h right away. Those are pretty easy to do, and it doesn't really matter what order you want to do these. Amplitude is 4 with a reflection, so we know that a is going to be negative 4. Totally a sine, so then we'll do this, and then we'll do the h. Now it's a vertical shift down 2, so we'll go minus 2. What we need to do now is figure out k, and then we'll use k and the phase shift to find c. If you try to find c, or excuse me, if you try to find c first by using the phase shift, you're just going to have two variables to work with, and you'll know that you'll need to use the period, and you'll go somewhere else to find that. So don't give up if you have c over k. Just go find k, and then you're fine. So the period is equal to 2 pi over k. So the period is pi over 2, so we'll just straight substitute in. And then we're trying to solve for k, because we need to use k when we write our equation. If you were given an equation, it would just kind of be the opposite. Then you would know k, and you'd be able to figure the period out. Here we got to do a little solving, though. So I'm going to multiply each side by k. And then I've got k times pi over 2. Oops, that's a little small. I hope you guys can see that on the video. K is gone. We're left with a 2 pi. I like to multiply by the reciprocal here at this point. You could also multiply by 2, then divide by pi. It'd be the same thing. So we're going to multiply by 2 over pi on each side. You can write the 2 pi over 1 if you'd like to keep track of where the values go in the fraction. 2 over 2 is 1, pi over pi is 1, so we're left with k is equal to, and now we have pi's canceling. 2 times 2 is 4, divided by 1 would be 4. So now we have 4 theta, and this could also be an x here, of course. We just need to figure out what c is. We're told the phase shift is 2 pi. We'll figure out what sign this should be here. We can actually do it right now if you want. So to the left, you're going to want to put a positive sign. Whenever that value is inside here by the theta or the x, you're going to need to do the opposite of the direction, so this is a plus sign. Now we don't have to worry about the negative sign. We're good to go. So the phase shift, which is 2 pi, is c over k, which is 4. So we're going to multiply by 4, and you can see here if you don't find k first, you're going to have some troubles doing this, but you'll figure it out pretty quick, I'm sure, being the astute math student that you are. So 4 times 2 is 8, and then we've got 8 pi here. So that's the value that's going to go here. I'd like to double check just to make sure I've got my stuff down right. So it appears that the amplitude is 4 with a reflection. So there's the negative part, that's the reflection. Amplitude 4. It's a sine equation. We found k to be 4. You could double check and just do, 2 pi over 4, see what the period is. So 2 over 4 is 1/2. So the period should be pi over 2, and it is. So it's just kind of a check you can do. We also know that the phase shift should be c over k. So 8 pi over 4 is 2 pi. And that's the shift, and it's left, so we need to put a plus sign, so that's another good check. And then the vertical shift is down in the negative direction too. So I think we've looked this one pretty good here. We'll box that in, circle it in, and that will be an equation, a sine equation that meets all of these different values.